Frontline Briefing, Uncovering Modern Warfare's Hidden Battles, September 28, 2024. The Baltic Sea. Primorsk terminal loads 15 million barrels monthly. Russia's second-largest oil export point. 20% of seaborne crude. The financial artery feeding Moscow's war machine. 4 Shadow Fleet tankers dock simultaneously. The Kapitan Lobov, Sergei Gorshkov, Custodia, and Kirill. Combined capacity, 3 million barrels. Combined value, $240 million. The Shadow Fleet is Putin's sanctions bypass. 600 aging tankers. No legitimate insurance. No safety inspections. Moving $12 billion of oil monthly. This isn't just commerce, it's survival. The defenses seem impenetrable. Leningrad Oblast hosts Russia's densest protection. 16 S-400 battalions, 24 Panzer systems, the Baltic Fleet headquarters. Every approach is monitored. Stay with this to understand how 78 drones worth $300,000 paralyzed Russia's $15 billion oil lifeline, and why one 17-second window was enough to rewrite global energy security. Ukraine studied Primorsk for 18 months. Pattern analysis revealed the vulnerability. Maximum tanker concentration during crew rotations. The distance problem required innovation. 1,200 kilometers from Ukrainian territory. The solution? Modified fuel tanks. Optimized flight profiles. The UJ-26 Beaver ER was born. Range 1,400 kilometers. Cost $4,000. The deception architecture was elaborate. 78 drones in 4 waves, 35 plywood decoys, 28 aluminum scouts, 15 strike platforms. Each has a specific timing and purpose. Electronic warfare changed the equation. 7 Banshee platforms carried jamming pods, capable of blinding S-400 radars for 17 seconds. September 28th, 00:15 hours, launch begins. 02:47 hours. Russian radar operators see impossible things. The Big Bird detects 70+ contacts. Signatures appear, disappear, multiply. The operators have never seen this pattern. The decoy wave strikes first. 35 plywood drones approach the Pushkin district. Each costs $40. Each appears as a cruise missile. S-400 batteries engage. $48 million of missiles destroy $1,400 of plywood. Secondary waves create chaos. Drones scatter toward multiple districts. Air defense commanders face impossible choices. They choose population centers. Primorsk's defenses, thin as units, redeploy. The aluminium deception activates. Scout drones deploy chaff clouds. Each drone becomes 100 radar contacts. Operators see thousands. Panic spreads through command channels. Massive raid inbound. All sectors engaged. Pulkovo Airport diverts flights. Emergency sirens wail. Citizens flee to shelters. Meanwhile, 15 Beaver drones fly undetected. Altitude, 12 meters. Following the Luga River Valley. Below radar coverage. Silent electric motors. The Banshee platforms activate. 7 drones power up simultaneously. Every S-400 screen within 40 kilometers turns to static. 04:45 hours. Primorsk's defenses detect nothing. A single Panzer battery guards the port. Their radar is oriented incorrectly. Too late to react. The strike package divides. 5 drones target pumping stations, 4 target loading arms, 6 target tankers. Each carries specialized warheads. First impact, main pumping station. 2 drones hit simultaneously. The thermobaric warheads create 60 psi overpressure. Windows explode 5 kilometers away. The control room is destroyed. Every safety system fails. Loading arm explosions cascade. 4 drones strike loading systems. Oil lines rupture. 15,000 barrels per minute are sprayed uncontrolled. Atomized oil needs only a spark. The tankers are trapped. Kapitan Lobov takes 2 hits. Bridge destroyed. Engine room flooding. Sergei Gorshkov's tanks rupture. 100,000 tons of crude are leaking. Fire spreads geometrically. Oil doesn't just burn, it explodes. The first vapor cloud detonation registers on seismographs. Temperature, 1,800 degrees. Thermal radius, 400 meters. Secondary explosions begin. Storage tanks rupture. Pipeline manifolds melt. The loading pier collapses. $20 million vaporizes in 40 seconds. Shadow Fleet captains face impossible decisions. Cut mooring lines? Stay docked? 2 attempts at departure. Both collide in the channel. The oil slick spreads faster than the ships can move. Environmental catastrophe unfolds. 300,000 barrels leak. Finland detects contamination within hours. Ecological damage will last for decades. 053, 2 hours. Primorsk is finished. Dawn reveals catastrophic destruction. Primorsk burns for 72 hours. Firefighters can't approach the intense heat. 4 shadow tankers, the Kapitan Lobov, Sergei Gorshkov, Custodia, and Kirill, are complete losses. Roughly $2 billion of infrastructure is gone. An estimated 300,000 barrels contaminate the Baltic, spreading toward Finnish waters. Russia's response exposes desperation. All drones intercepted, minor fire under control. But commercial satellite imagery tells a different story. The lie is transparent within hours. The Shadow Fleet crisis cascades globally. Within 48 hours, approximately 60 tankers cancel Baltic routes. Insurance underwriters, already nervous about the aging fleet, begin wholesale withdrawals. The entire sanctions evasion network starts unraveling. Captains refuse assignments. Operators can't find coverage. The mathematics are brutal for Moscow. Primorsk normally processes roughly $3 billion in oil exports yearly. That's approximately $8.5 million per day in lost revenue. Engineering assessments suggest 14 to 18 months for reconstruction. The financial damage, an estimated $4 to $5 billion in lost oil sales alone. This matters because oil revenues directly fund Russia's war machine. Approximately 40% of Russia's federal budget comes from oil and gas. Primorsk's shutdown effectively cuts war funding by an estimated 7 to 8%. Fewer missiles produced, fewer tanks manufactured, fewer soldiers paid. The cost disparity stuns Western military analysts. Ukrainian investment, roughly $300,000 in drones, fuel, and operations. Russian losses, an estimated $6 billion total when you include infrastructure, lost revenue, environmental cleanup, and Shadow Fleet insurance collapse. The exchange ratio appears on analyst reports, 20,000 to 1, roughly the same as buying a used car and destroying an entire apartment building. But the real damage isn't just financial. The Shadow Fleet's fundamental vulnerability changes strategic calculations. 600 aging tankers operate outside international frameworks. No legitimate insurance means no protection during attacks. The very invisibility that helped them evade sanctions became a fatal weakness because invisible ships don't get air defense coverage. 17 seconds of electronic jamming neutralized roughly $400 million in Russian air defenses. Each Banshee drone costs approximately $12,000. 7 of them blinded an entire defensive network. Electronic warfare isn't exotic anymore. University engineering students built these jamming pods from commercially available components. The S-400 system, Russia's pride, was defeated by hardware you could assemble in a garage. The environmental dimension adds unprecedented pressure. Military strikes are one thing. Ecological disasters are another. 300,000 barrels of oil contaminating the Baltic creates international outrage. Finland threatens lawsuits. Sweden demands compensation. Germany freezes diplomatic channels. Environmental warfare doesn't just destroy infrastructure, it isolates nations diplomatically. The garage engineering revolution democratizes precision strikes. 18 months from initial concept to successful execution. Students design the fuel tank modifications. Hobbyists program the autonomous navigation. A precision strike capability that once required billion-dollar air forces now costs less than a luxury car. Warfare has fundamentally changed ownership. Detection limitations prove nearly insurmountable. Earth's curvature creates unavoidable blind spots. Small drones flying 12 meters above water mean radar detection happens roughly 30 seconds before impact. Not enough time for real targeting solutions. This isn't a technology problem, it's a physics problem. No radar system can overcome the horizon. Modern warfare becomes multidimensional, Far beyond simple destruction, you're not just destroying a facility, you're creating financial panic among insurers, environmental disasters that generate diplomatic crises, cascading supply chain failures, psychological paralysis. Every major terminal operator now faces impossible defense costs or uninsurable risks. 3 lessons emerge from Primorsk destruction, and together they sketch the future battlefield. Lesson 1. Shadow fleets cannot be defended. 600 tankers are scattered globally. No legal protection means no military protection. The economics collapse. Defending them all costs more than the oil they carry. Every vessel is now a floating liability. Lesson 2. Electronic warfare multiplies force exponentially. 7 jamming drones enabled 15 strikes. Blinding defenses beats carrying more explosives. This is why garage-built systems now threaten the superpower militaries. Lesson 3. Economic warfare determines outcomes. Roughly $300,000 eliminated an estimated $15 billion in revenue. You don't need to destroy Russia's military. You bankrupt the treasury that funds it. Every oil terminal hit is worth 1,000 tanks destroyed. Ukraine identified a systemic vulnerability and exploited it perfectly. 18 months of pattern study, the Shadow Fleet's invisibility became its weakness. Ships that officially don't exist don't get air defense coverage. Russia's war economy fractures under this pressure. 600 tankers need escorts. Every terminal needs comprehensive defense. Both are mathematically impossible. The model collapses under its own cost. The Shadow Fleet never truly recovers. Insurance underwriters won't cover undefended vessels. Captains refuse assignments. The system collapsed in 4 hours. Primorsk proved every terminal is one drone swarm from obliteration. Ukraine demonstrated a new paradigm. Cheap beats expensive when deployed intelligently, and smart beats strong when information is superior. Engineering students defeated one of the world's densest air defense networks through patience and pattern recognition. When $300,000 eliminates 20% of oil exports, traditional military superiority becomes meaningless. Welcome to the age where every terminal is vulnerable, and economic strangulation beats battlefield domination.